Hello, today we will start looking a new subject. That's why it is the beginning of this subject, so that stimulated me to say that it is a new to you. That's why we start from the beginning of this subject in a particular standard. So today we will start looking in a subject which is known as civic and moral education. Civic and moral education. So this is one among of subjects which you are supposed to study. So this for the standard is 5. So this is for standard 5. So a first chapter or chapter 1 is loving yourself and others. So this is a chapter which we are going to discuss a lot about it. Loving yourself and others. So on this chapter we have to start with the introduction of this chapter, so as to know what are the key issues which we are going to clarify or which we are going to learn. So introduction of this chapter is as follow. When you were in standard 4, you learned how to love yourself and others. In this chapter you will learn about acts that show love for people with specific needs. So on this chapter we are going to discuss a lot about how can we love ourselves, also how can we love others, particularly to the people who are included in several groups. I mean special groups, or those people, and when we are talking about special groups, are those people who need special care. Maybe they can be according to their disability or mental retardation, and among others. So have to love them. So that is a short introduction as here. Also we'll learn about the acts that show love for people with specific or special needs, and how to address it properly on various public occasions according with Tanzanian culture. So we are Tanzanians. So if we are Tanzanians, we have our own culture that codify us so as to be and of that. So that is key issues which we are going to discuss on this chapter. So you have, first of all, you have to think about it. Have you ever heard someone saying that you are supposed to love others? What is love? So I think in our daily life we meet with a lot of people, and when we meet with them, I think we have heard somewhere or some people who say that do you love me? Or do you love other people? So if you have heard such issue, what a term love means. So what is love? So also we have starting on that issue. What is love? And the love here, love is caring for yourself and the others. So when I'm talking about love, it simply means that you are trying to care yourself and others. So here we mean that you are trying to do each and everything which should make you to be in safe place. So if we are trying to do each and everything which will never affect you physically or mentally, you are considered to be, you are considered as you love yourself. Also, if we are trying to do each and everything which does not affect others physically, both physically and mentally, also you can you can be considered as you love other people, or you love others. So that is simply meaning of love. We usually say that true love has no limits. Therefore, we are supposed to love ourselves. So there is no limitation of to love. So we are advised to love more than. So we have to increase our loveness to the others or to ourselves. So that is the meaning of love. So after looking the meaning of love, there are several groups which should be loved mostly. These groups are as follow. The first one is aged ones. So those people who have a lot of years when can be compared with ours, that when can be compared with others. So if there is a person who have 16 years, he or she will be considered as aged one. Aged one. Also, disabled ones. When I'm talking about disabled ones, I mean those people who are physically not stable. Maybe they have some disability in their body or in their mental and among others. So those of them are called disabled ones. Also poor. In our society, we live with several people who have different economic status or who have different economic level. So there is a lot of people who are considered to be poor. Those who fail to get their basic needs in their daily life. Also, another group is orphans. There is misspelling here. It should be end here. It's not this vowel. So should end here. Orphans. When we're talking about orphans, are the people who lost their parents. So these are orphans. So if your father or your mother has died, so you will be considered as an orphan. That's why you have lost either two or one among of your parents. Look at the following picture and answer the questions that follow. So you have to observe this picture so as to answer the questions which will follow. So there are several students here who have sat together and continuing to study. So there are several issues here as he is disabled one, as appear here. Also, there is another person who is his or her color also a change or is different from others. So those are the groups which have to observe. Thereafter, we have to answer those questions like which pupils in the picture have special needs. If you have observed, you can answer this question. What kind of assistance do these pupils need? So if you have discovered several issues concerned on that figure, I think you can answer those questions as appear here. So after looking the meaning of love and the different groups which should be loved. Also, we have to think about however you heard about sex and the gender. So also we have to know the meaning of gender and the sex. So when we're talking about sex, refer to the differences which do exist between when we're talking about sex, refer to the biological difference between men and the women. So if there are several different or biological features to the either men or women, we consider that is a sex. And when we are talking about gender, it simply means that gender refer to the fact of being either a man or woman. So that is the meaning of these two key terms as appear here. Gender means biological difference between two, male or female. So gender, a word gender or sex. The word sexy means a word clear difference between sexy and gender. A word sexy means biological difference, as I said, so I will not continue looking on that. That's why I have tried to talk a lot about these two terms, which make a lot of students to contradict or to be contradicted. That's why they fail to differentiate between gender and the sex. So sexy it means biological difference, while gender, the fact of being either a male or female. Also, there is a table here which tries to show a difference sexy between men and women. So you can observe here so as to see different things which make a difference. Also, when we're talking about gender, refer to the different duties or responsibilities which are distributed either to the men or women according to the society or according to the culture of societies. So those are the issues which you consider about gender. So that is the meaning of responsibilities. Responsibilities and the gender. So in the issue of gender, there are several issues which should be considered. So here we have to consider a lot about gender issues. So there is a lot of gender issues like gender discrimination, gender inequality, gender equality, gender imbalance, and among others. So we also have to look at those issues. So here we may see responsibilities which should be performed by both young girl and young boy. So those are two people which should participate without considering their sex. Also, you see these two young ones who try to share in case of performing their responsibilities. So that is another issue which have been already discussed on this chapter. So those explanations which pass here tries to make a lot of clarifications about these terms as I was trying to mention. So you may read that passage so as to read or so as to answer these questions as appear here. So if you have read and you have understood, you can answer these questions by referring to that passage as was passing here. There is activity 2 that also you can take and talk a lot. So also another issue is dressing style. So when I'm talking about dressing style, it simply means that the way you are or the way you are being engaged in case of your wearing style. So you are supposed to wear in a manner that is accepted in the society. So don't try to be engaged or to copy and paste a lot of wearing styles which are not accepted in the society, like wearing short and tight clothes. That is not accepted in the society or in our society. Also using another issues which are not accepted in the society. So those are the issues which try to show both proper dressing and improper dressing. Improper dressing, I mean wearing style that is not accepted, and you will be considered as immoral as appear here. So if you can observe these pictures of several people show a lot of wearing style which are either accepted in the society or are not accepted in the society. So these two people have wearing style which are accepted in the society, but these three are not show the wearing which are not accepted in the society. Like you will see there are some parts of the body which have been exposed. Also he wears a trouser under his waist. Oh, buttocks. So this is not accepted in our society. Usishushe suruali, haikubaliki katika jamii yetu. Na you will be considered as immoral wearing style. So that is the end of our chapter. So I welcome you in another session so as to proceed with our session. Thank you for listening me. But this is chapter which tries to show love. How can we love ourselves and others? Also just try to show gender issues, sex, the responsibilities of every person in our society, the issue of dressing code, traditions and the customs which are not accepted and which are accepted in our society and among others. Thank you for listening me.